21-year-old former Columbia University student has raised $5.3 million in seed funding for his startup called Cluely. It's an AI tool designed to help users secretly, quote, cheat on everything. So exams, interviews, sales calls, first dates, as shown by the verifiably creepy promotional video that they shared on X that I'm pretty sure only incels will find appealing. The app concept was born out of founder Chungin Lee and co-founder Neil Shanmugams. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Their tool called Interview Coder that they developed while studying at Columbia University. Did they develop this for their work at Columbia University, or was this on the side? Because they were ultimately suspended from the university, and I couldn't figure out if this was something
I'm guessing that's a connection, but it's not clear.
Yeah, it's not clear. But anyways, the app was designed to allow users to cheat undetected.
They were embroiled in disciplinary proceedings at Columbia over the AI tool.
Right.
Then they both have since dropped out. So
did they create the tool on their own outside of the university, or was it something that they created? It
began as a tool for developers to cheat on knowledge of LeetCode, a platform for coding questions that some in software engineering circles consider outdated and a waste of time. So maybe it was their way to just say, yeah, but this goes to the definition. What is cheating? Is it cheating to use a calculator? Right.
And that's kind of part of what they're saying.
Thing. Right. Story I tell in my book that no one bought called Public Parts is that Mark Zuckerberg, when he was still in Harvard, he had an art class, and at the end, the final in the class would have to be writing things about all of these pieces of art, and everybody knew that, and so they would do study groups, and so he organized a study group so that everybody was sharing the best of this, and the argument in the book that Zuckerberg made was that at the end, everybody did better. By using social, by not seeing it as competitive, by collaborating, they all learn more. And he had to study less. But he said that the grades for everyone in the class went up. So was that cheating, or was that a smart use of social collaborative thinking? Right? Is it cheating to use the technology, or is it a smart use of technology as an aid to you? I think we have to re-examine the notion of cheating. What does cheating mean? Is that merely? This is an interesting question. I just asked myself, but I'll ask you too. Is cheating being unfair? Is cheating being opaque? What constitutes cheating?
Yeah, is cheating? Because I think when I think of cheating in my older kind of school time paradigm, I think of this is a question that wants to know my knowledge of something. And instead of sharing my knowledge of something, I'm sharing what I've written down or what I'm reciting or regurgitating from this thing in a moment where I was expected to know it instead.
But now
instead of knowing it.
Right. But now leave school and you have a similar task.
Right.
Is it if you get the answer you need, is that cheating by any means?
Does it matter, right? If you're tasked with a job and you're able to do the job, does it matter if you knew the answer or if you sought the answer?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Now, when it gets to dating, that is creepy because it's Cyrano de Bergerac. Am I really dating you, or am I dating the app?
I mean, that just felt like incredibly deceptive. That promo, promo video is the guy is sitting at a table with I don't know if it's a blind date or a first date with an attractive woman, of course, and she's asking him questions, and then you see his kind of like Terminator view coming up of the AI kind of coming up with the answers that he can feed to her. So he's essentially cheating on the questions that she's asking, lying about, being untruthful or dishonest about his age when she asks and says, well, you look kind of young. Are you sure you're 29? And he's being fed all this information. And then when she decides to walk out, then like the AI kicks in to like win her back. And so he recites that from a very heartfelt place and almost gets her to the point to where she finally, realizes I just need to get out of here and leaves. And it was just kind of like, I don't know. I don't think that does anything to endear me to what you're talking about, because I do agree with what you're saying. Like, there was a time when calculators were probably seen in the same.
Oh, they were.
Same perspective. Spell check. I mean, for my preparation for these shows, often I'm using AI tools to research, which I would have had to do manually and by hand earlier. I would have to do a Google search and find the stories and collect them, open them in many windows, read through, pull information. Instead of taking 20 minutes to do that, I can take 5 minutes or maybe even less and have it pull back those things. And so you could see that as cheating for these shows, but it doesn't mean that I don't synthesize the information and do something that, these shows are a prime example. Hopefully you get benefit and value out of it. And if you do, then it's just an example that it kind of doesn't matter.
For those of you listening or watching, I hope you think that, oh, good, Jason and Jeff read some stuff that I don't need to read now. Of course, that pisses off media, hearing it said that way. But it's true. You don't have time to read everything. And maybe in some cases you say, oh, that's interesting to me. I'm going to go look it up. I want to learn more. But that's your choice. It's the same exact problem we get to with search and media right now and social media right now is everything need not be the destination. So anyway, so these students are out. I say more power to them.
I bet they've got a pathway here. I think this will be interesting to watch. Just drop the manipulative kind of aspect, with like dating and stuff. Because
all right, how about this? The other example they give, the main example they give, is sales calls. Is that bad? Only if you get lied to.
Yeah, I suppose it's bad if it's dishonest.
But if it's not, and it's targeted at what my needs are and it sells me what I want.
Yeah, totally. If I'm a sales agent, I'm going to go through training in order to effectively sell and effectively say the right things and effectively not say the wrong things and recognize cues and all this kind of stuff. If there's a tool that enables me to do that part of my job better, I don't see anything wrong with it.
The key to all sales things, there's a guy named Jeffrey Gitomer who writes sales books, who liked my first book, and so I watched how this operates. And same as in what I teach in journalism, it's listening. It's listening to people, understanding what their needs are, empathizing with those needs, and trying to come up with solutions for those needs. And if your solution is in fact legitimate and good, you make a sale.
There you go.
Right?
You got
That's
there.
okay. In fact, so we hear a lot about how this is going to come to customer service and phone mail jail and all the hell we go through, right? So the agent is reading the script and, get off the damn script. And the fear is that AI will be even worse than that. But it may be far better than that. It may understand my need better. It may be more responsive to that need. It may be able to get to a solution faster.
I was going to say maybe faster.
Sometimes only if the AI is given the true agentic power, if it has agency to do so.